Competition every day. The good thing is we got three young guys that are they're eager, they're learning, they're getting better every single day. But and the other good thing is we got time still to keep letting those guys compete it out, and they're going to go all the way until someone separates himself.
With that said, I mean, what did you see in a scrimmage setting from those guys in a true scrimmage setting for Real and Brock, first fall camp, even though Real went through spring ball?
Well, they all did good. I mean, they're in different situations. Kyle and Zeb are playing against the older defenses, so they're seeing a little bit more, scheme-wise from those guys. And the younger guys are probably going against the younger defenses, so it's a little bit, more vanilla. But the situations and the opportunities that they were in, they did a nice job. And way more good than bad, which is always good to see. And being in the stadium for the first time was good for everyone. And they all did good things, and they all did things that they need to improve on. So,
was there a point when you noticed Kyle's confidence? That's kind of the word we hear with the weight and him going through a full fall camp, his confidence. Was there a point when you noticed it?
Yeah, it was all summer long. I mean, when he got done in the spring, it was clear that he's motivated and driven to get better. And he was in the film room all summer long, every day, working at his craft, and he's had a really good camp. So really happy where he is right now.
Was that something that impressed you guys all along? Because there was a time pre-Oklahoma where it looked like, okay, like before in his career, he's not going to see the field, but yet he was taking it upon himself to do all the things that he would, as if,
Sure. I mean, he's a really mature guy, and everyone knows his story now, but he was in a lot of quarterback meetings where he wasn't the one, where the questions were getting directed towards him, and he didn't let that faze him for a long time. So there was no doubt that we knew this is a guy this mature. He's going to work at it really hard, and when he got his chance, he made the most of it, and he's only done everything in his power to keep working, to get better and better.
What kind of resource can he be for those younger guys too? Obviously, they're going to get your coaching, but being a guy on the field with them, what can he provide?
Everything. I mean, he's done everything. the good. He's been at the highs of being a college quarterback, even in the little bit of experience that he's had. He's seen that end of it. He's seen the side of it where he didn't get reps for 2 years, being at a place where no one knows who he is, and he's playing on the scout team, for the first 3 years of his college career. So not just the X's and O's, it's probably way more than that. It's life, really. It's you gotta learn, and you're gonna have really hard days, and you're gonna have some good days, and that's really hard to balance and really hard to understand when you're a young quarterback or any young student athlete. But his experience in that room has been awesome, in the first week of camp so far.
With Zeb, have you noticed the 6 quarters impacting him? I mean, getting those 6 quarters last year?
Sure. I mean, you could notice it in the spring as opposed to even where he was, in the fall at some points. And anytime you get game experience, that's going to be huge for you. And he also had a good summer. He worked really hard at it, and he's improving. He's getting better every single day. Still, just like everybody else, he's getting opportunities to learn from mistakes that are real. That they're going to show up in practice. They're going to show up in games, and we're all in the same mindset. When we make those mistakes, we want to get them fixed now and move forward.
With Kyle, does he have an uncommon combination of accuracy and timing? Because he had such a long layoff, and then the unlikely series of events at OU led him into that game, and then he comes out, and it's like he's started a bunch of games.
Sure. Well, a lot of it with him, in my opinion, is his understanding of offense. What we do. He knows what everybody on the field is doing, and he understands defense, and he's getting better and better at that. And he gets it. He understands why guys are going to be open. He understands when they're going to be open. And, like I said, he spent a lot of time working at it, in the summer, in the spring. And there's times where he looks really good at times out there.
Do you think the fact that he had to watch and wait for so long, even at JUCO, created that meticulous, like he created his own curriculum a little bit, so he'd know the ins and outs so much that he could go
Right.
out and execute?
Well, he never stopped learning. You know, he was always learning, whether he was playing or not, and that's the thing that's so hard for anyone to do. You know, you don't play for that long. A lot of guys bag it, you know, pretty early into that, you know, process, and he didn't. And he didn't stop learning. And it doesn't hurt that he's the smartest guy, you know, on the field. He's really intelligent. When you have that kind of understanding, it's going to give you an opportunity to have great timing because you can anticipate.
What's the added strength allowing him to do?
You know, I don't know that I never thought that he had a weak arm, to be honest with you. He never really, in my mind, took a ton of chances, you know, where you can say, oh, you know, his arm's not strong enough to make that throw. But technically, he worked on some things, you know, trying to be consistent, following through, you know, every throw, and I think that's been big for him. But he's a little bit bigger, he's a little bit stronger, and I'm sure it's helping.